which
there we go.
This is live.
Hello.
is
Hello, everybody.
I'm never going to learn how to do this. It's a fact.
Yes,
There's things in my life I'm not embracing.
You are embracing this. This is it.
This is it. How are you?
Good. I'm really good. We're very happy, in a happy mood. Everything is cool. And we're going to talk about comfortable clothing. Right? We're right in your wheelhouse and my old wheelhouse, and I still love clothing. And what the heck is coming after? What's coming to your COVID closet, right? Yeah. Where is it evolving to? What the heck are you going to do? What are you going to wear? Can we go back into the old clothes we used to wear? What does a bra look like? What are those things on spikes? I've never seen them before. Anyway, for people who don't know me, I'm Lesley Jane Seymour, and I used to run More Magazine. And what we're doing here is talking with the wonderful Marla Ginsburg about all the fabulous fashion that she does, and all the we're trying to have all those conversations we used to have at More Magazine, but we're making them live.
Yeah, instead of some editor calling me up and then editing my words as much as you may wish you could.
No, I love your words. No, I wouldn't want to edit them. You're too
well, this came out in a funny way because Lesley had asked me, just as a matter of course, like, you know, now that I'm living in New Orleans, the outfits that I wore when I lived in New York don't kind of make sense and blah, blah, blah. And I have to tell you, Lesley was the girl who showed up wearing like the fabulous little dress that, you know, just was tight and beautiful. And she had a little waist and high heels. And I would show up like this. I have always dressed this way. It's like, I have always believed comfort above everything.
Yeah.
And I've been reading lots of pundits who have lots of opinions about what's happening next. And I don't know why anyone would ever wear clothes that are uncomfortable. Life can be uncomfortable enough.
I agree.
But I want to give you, so first of all, let's talk a little bit about how you're feeling about your own wardrobe and some of the things we've talked about. And by the way, she never wears a scarf to a meeting. This is for you guys. I
pulled out my scarf. I'm like, what can I do that's a little different? And I mean, I was the queen of the dress. So I pulled out some old pictures. They have some, I just pulled them from, you know, they're out on the web.
Wait, am I supposed to do this or are you doing this?
No, I'll do, you should make me a host. I didn't even have
that.
Well, hold on. Let me see if we can share. Looks like I can. Hold on. Yep, I can do that. So I'm going to show you right here.
That was you. That's my Lesley.
That's the old me. And that was what we did. I mean, I was the queen of dresses. I found dresses very easy for when I was running magazines. You had to look very professional. You had to look sexy. You had to look pretty. There was a lot of you hads. And, it's a very fast paced glam business. And notice I was wearing makeup and
notice we all had manicures.
Manicures, everything.
Right.
And, we spent a lot of time on that. That was part of the biz. And here's another, and I would always gravitated to structured stuff.
You were one of those annoying people who had a bunch of kids and had that body.
And I sort of snapped back. I've never really had a weight problem, so it was okay. And, but I'm small also. So when I would get into swimmy things, I'm only 5'3". If anything got too big on me, I looked like I was drowning in something. So that was a problem. Here's another set of examples. The white blouse is more current. Sorry about the Shutterstock thing there, but this was a favorite dress I had that I bought in Europe and brought back. But you kind of had it was the world of dresses, right? And you can see me, this is when I started Covey Club. I did a shoot at home and I started loosening up a bit that white blouse. I think it was a DVF.
Yeah, that's like me being dressed up. Okay, girlfriend. Okay, like that requires, I don't know, hangers, ironing, dry cleaner.
Yeah, no longer.
Right?
No, and this is not my life anymore though.
It isn't. So let's bring that down.
Yeah.
And we'll, oh shoot, where's the picture? I thought I had a picture right here of you. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is how to make it easy to go from, like today, I've got a little pair of joggers on. I have my cute little birdie shoes. You guys have got to try these things, Lesley. They are so comfy.
Yeah, I've been thinking about them.
I'm telling you, they're fabulous.
Wondering about them.
They're fabulous. Okay, because they're really super comfy, and these are velvet. So I've got my little velvet thingies on. I put a ring on. I have some earrings, and I'm perfect for Zooming. I've got this little hood, right?
Okay. Yes.
But when I design things, I try and put things together in a way so that I can lead this life, which is my behind the screen, at my desk, on my tushy life.
Right.
And then I have my other life, where I leave my house and I eat with people without showing up in a mask. One of these days again, oops, that's the wrong thing. Let me see here. Let me pull it up here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do this in my collection. But by the way, that's just because I happen to have those references. You can do this in a million different ways and not worry about it in the least. So this is, I'm at home, right? So this is this is a sweater knit outfit, super comfy. And I know a lot of people think if you have an elastic waist, not only will you have a COVID-10, but you could have, you know, a COVID-20 or 30.
Right.
Guess what? You notice it, you feel it. I gained 5 pounds living with my son. He's an amazing chef.
Oh, lucky you.
He made me fat once when I gave birth. It is not right. It should happen twice in a lifetime. But his cooking's so good, I can't help myself. Now, when I want to go out and I want to dress it up, I take a third piece. It's always that third piece that elevates it, right? So comfy, cozy. I'm at home. I live in New Orleans. I live in Denver. Still a very casual look, but it's a polished look. We kind of focus on easy elegance, right? Like you'll never catch me in a little t-shirt. You'll never catch me. I'm not great with prints because I get sick of them rapidly, but I'll do them with a third piece. So she's wearing nothing but a pair of sand washed jeans, a little shell, but you throw that third piece over and there's a kind of easy elegance about it. Which I know from my experience with you. When I first wanted to put flowy things on you, you thought you couldn't do it, right?
Right.
And what did you discover?
No, I was amazed. I mean, that you shot me in a couple of these things and I was shocked. There's the white outfit
about how to use them
that we advertised this event with, and it was fantastic. I mean, I was really surprised. You have to be able to, you know, somehow put some kind of, like you see this girl here, she has some kind of a belt on there, so you can
speaking of what this girl has on, I knew you'd go right there. I knew you'd go right there.
Well, no, that's what happens sometimes. Yeah. So
here's what you do. This is the exact same piece she's wearing. I can literally throw this over my hoodie, right? And I can now suddenly belt it, but I constructed the belt for those of you who don't have what Lesley's waist, it can hide. I can still keep my derriere covered. You see that?
Oh, interesting. Very good.
But you could also go on the outside of it, but then boom, you can give it that more professional look. Now, this is literally all you have to do. So I just grabbed a necklace before we did this.
Right.
It was a busy Zoom day for me. And so you throw on some kind of a necklace. I don't care what it is, one of mine, one of yours, whatever. And then, you know, those cute little birdies. I recommend everybody own a pair of silver shoes and a pair of gold shoes, because you throw that on and all of a sudden you've got this polished look. Don't you think it's polished when I lift my leg like this? However, is that something you would do? Right? It's so me. But that easy, Lesley. You could wear a little shell under this if you wanted instead of the hoodie, right?
Right.
Same thing here. She's got a black turtleneck on. You throw that third piece on, and this is nothing more than almost like a scarf.
Yeah, I like the black a lot.
Instantly elegant. This is a piece you would wear.
Very pretty.
But you see, everything she's wearing is very casual, but there's a polish to it. Right?
Yes, I like these little crop. You go back, that sweater there, the crop sweater is very pretty, and the layering is really pretty too.
Well, that's kind of what we're all about. Now, by the way, I love showing you my stuff, but you can do this with anybody's stuff, right? But I think this is a look from what you're telling me about life in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, you walk around in one of those dresses and people are going to think you're on your way to church or a party.
Yeah, no,
right?
And you can't use high heels here because the streets are just not meant for that. It's not like New York where you've got this flat pavement going on
But
for miles
even
and
New
miles
York,
and miles.
I'm
The
telling you,
streets
there
are
are parts of the city that are. So this is what I've got on right now. And you can see if I just add the cardigan, right, it gives it more of a dressed up look. And it gives it that third piece, but you can put any third piece with it. But when I'm sitting at home or I'm on the weekend, I want to look polished. There's no question about that, because that's who I am. You know, I like a kind of easy elegance. So it's really just about understanding that you can wear more fitted things. This is a more fitted piece, much like the blouse. But these are pieces I can throw in the washing machine. I don't have to go to the dry cleaner. I look for pieces that are going to mix and match. So instead of wearing the little matching jogger pants, she's in a slim fit pant and she looks, you know, she looks nice. Here's a dress that I'd love to have you in because it's a sweater knit. So if I am going to do a dress, which I'm not going to do a dress because I never do dresses. I don't know why. I've never been a dress girl. I don't have one in my closet except one of my balloon dresses in black for events where I have to wear black.
Right.
But this is a sweater knit and it's sleeveless with a duster. So you look elegant, but you look comfortable. Did you watch what the women were wearing last night and during the inauguration? They had on pantsuits with duster jackets. Michelle Obama looked amazing.
She always looks
amazing.
I mean, she's
what was it? She even noticed, I think, in the zeitgeist of it, this is a time where we've all become more casual. This is a cut and sew knit dress. So it's got a lot of stretch in it. So it's just more comfortable. I think that all of us,
I think
all of us are saying to ourselves, you know what? I don't want to be as dressy as I was. And I, for as long as I can remember, first of all, I can wear the same thing every day because I look the same every day. Like every day you've ever seen me, as long as you've known me, you don't remember what I've worn. There's not like, I remember that flower dress you wore. Right. You don't remember what I've ever worn.
Right. No, but I know it's your look. Yes, I do know your look.
And with you, I remember dresses, but they're so distinct because they are structured and because of what they are. So for me, I am the luckiest girl on the planet because all these designers are running around losing their minds, figuring out, can I make, you know, like Dior's like, well, I usually charge $1,200 for this top. Can I make a hoodie and charge 12? You'd have to make that out of I don't know what.
Or I mean, that's what we're talking about too. We were talking about this yesterday about how all these, you know, sort of, you know, label designers and, you know, celebrity designers are all trying to figure out how they're, and they do. I mean, they put it out there.
No, they put their label in it and their price tag on it.
$6,000 for a sweatshirt from, you know, Kanye West. I mean, it's completely insane. There is nothing different. There's nothing different about it.
Lesley, I think they were either 98 or 120. I mean, they were, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
But I remember when I was young and stupid and I would buy a $500 or $600 pair of shoes. And I finally realized, like, I want beautiful workmanship. You know, there's things I do want, but it depends whose label's in it. Where my pieces are made, some of the finest cashmere on the market is made there. Pieces for Proenza, pieces for Tibby, pieces for Neiman Marcus. My pieces have been private labeled to stores like Neiman Marcus, but they put their label on it. If it's my label, it's $99. If it's their label, it's $330. It's like, and when you start to realize what a game this thing is,
yes, it's a game.
It's
a lot of cases.
Stupid. Yep. Like, why?
Well, I think we're moving away from that too. I mean, I have heard that the high-end designer stuff is still moving, you know, mostly in Asia and mostly around the world and other places. But I don't know. I feel like we have entered a new phase. I would love to hear what our listeners are thinking about what they're going to wear when they go back, if they go back into an office. What are you going to wear? Are you going to be more casual? Are you going to be, are you going to go back to the same clothes you were wearing before? Or are you going to mix them up differently? It would be really interesting to hear because,
I never know how to see those. Do you see the questions?
yeah, you can see them if you have to be on your Facebook page, pull it up on a phone or something. Here, so Sue Hood says, the reason comfortable clothes are important in being elegant in 2021 versus the clothes we wore 20 years ago is that they are appropriate for today's times. Otherwise, you just look overdressed. Yep. And that makes you look a bit dated. Yeah. You can look a bit dated if you're overdressed. Absolutely.
And there's also a certain pretension to it at times that I think is just not relevant. I mean, right now the economy is so screwed up and people are really struggling. And I even found when I moved to the city, because I lived on the Upper West Side, which is a wealthy area, but it's a very casual area. Do you know what I mean? The Upper West, I could walk my dog in my pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
Upper East, I'd have to put on a Chanel suit.
That's right. It's a very different, it's a very different feeling. Absolutely.
And Colorado is totally different. I will tell you, I love my sister-in-law. She's a petite little girl, cute as can be. But she's always in a pair of jeans, maybe some sort of Lululemon thing. So we'll go out to dinner to a really nice restaurant and I'll show up in my version of nice casual. And I can tell I look like I landed from somewhere else because Denver, particularly where I'm living right now, is a very laid back, casual, easy dressing, keep it comfy, no pretension kind of place.
Right. And Barbara's saying certain colors and prints also make women look matronly and dated. I totally agree. I don't know. And I think we're in for a really big change coming up. I just have that sense.
I've been incredibly lucky because I've been watching other brands struggle, like big brands, much bigger than mine. And I thought it's so funny. I just always steered the course of my authenticity, which was easy elegance, and paid off. And there are certain colors that I think can look matronly, but mostly it's about prints. My prints tend to always be very abstract. Or on the other end, I'll go very big and very bold so that if I'm doing a flower, you get a piece of a flower. So it's like bits and pieces of things. I don't want prints that I'm going to go back into my closet next, because I don't keep a lot of clothes either. So I don't want to go back into my closet next year and go, oh, I'm so sick of that. Like, I can't get sick of this. I mean,
so here's a question for you, Marla.
Yes, Charlie.
Do you have any age questions about what people should wear? I mean, when I was running more, we would do these stories because they rated so well, it drove me crazy, but they just kept rating. So we did them where we'd talk about what to wear at different stages of your life. And they really weren't parameters, but they were more or less ideas. But I don't have any sense. The only thing that I can say is that you just have to individually look at your body and know where your good spots are, where your bad spots are, and work with them. I mean, everybody has something. And as you get older, even if you're thinner, the skin is not the same. Let me tell you, it is.
I totally lost any semblance of tush. It just flattened out.
What's that?
My tush just flattened out. Like,
oh God, yes.
Right. Assets that I had before are gone.
Yeah.
But I do think there are some parameters. This is how, when I was young and single, this is how I measured a skirt. Wherever my knuckles went, right? Like here.
Where your knuckles
that was, how long do you want us to make your dress? Right here. And one day I'm walking down the street of Paris and I'm now Sydney's mother. And this bubble appeared before me that said, you are someone's mother. That is inappropriate. You're someone's wife. Like, all of a sudden, I didn't want to wear it. It's funny. That's when I quit wearing skirts and dresses. I had long, beautiful legs, and I loved showing them. But all of a sudden, when it was like I couldn't wear a short skirt or a short dress, I felt matronly in longer dresses. So that is actually when I started wearing jeans all the time with a great blazer and a fabulous scarf and call it a day. There are things, this is my personal preference. This is how I design for us.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much cleavage I really want to see on any of us because it gets a little wrinkly.
Yeah. That the chest, the front, yeah, that's I hate to say it, but for those who are listening who haven't experienced it, it's really scary. Like you can think you're like in really great shape and you can feel like you've done everything right. And then you're in there doing a downward dog and you're like, what is that stuff? What happened to my body? You can be in great shape and still weird stuff hangs and weird things drip and drip.
Yes, I love this. It sticks together.
I'm like seriously cultivating, all kinds of
scarves and mock necks. I mean, this is my crazy. You have to understand. I mean, yes, this does happen, but I remember being in a car with my friend Julie, and we're driving along. We didn't say anything to each other, but the way the mirror was, we both went like this, and we looked at each other and went gobble, gobble, gobble. Like we just realized, oops.
It happens. It just happens.
And the older I get, the more I kind of do like, I'll do it this, right? Yeah. With my shirt collar pop. So that's a thing for me.
Even if you're not like a big sunburn person, it gets very crinkly and you just have to
Isn't this fun? Isn't getting older just great? It's just marvelous.
Well, you just work around it.
Better than the alternative, right?
Marcia says she has cellulite where I didn't know I had flesh before. Yeah. And what I find really
Marcia, that's great.
Coming from, and this is for me, which is, I never had a weight problem. I was just one of those people. I was very, very lucky. And I was looking in the mirror. This is about 10 years ago. I was in an elevator and I looked at my arms and I saw like dimples on them. And I thought, I was looking around for whose arms that was. And I was like, that's me. Like I had no idea that could happen to you. And it happens. It just happens. And
it happens. I remember my mother saying,
it still happens.
My mother once said, I put my hand in my coat and my mother's hand came out. I put my arm in my coat and my mother's hand came out. And I don't know when it happened that I got these older hands. But listen, I'm so grateful to be here. And my mom at 86 looks so fabulous.
I'm with you
so
on that.
It is about, I think, knowing what works for you. And by the way, if you want to taunt your cleavage, flaunt it, have fun with it. Not what I like, but it's a look. But if you've got a slim little figure and you want to wear slim fitting things and skinny jeans, I love that look. Right. I'm not slim enough for that look, right. But you can carry it. But you can also carry a t-shirt with us, because we talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
You were wearing a little t-shirt that was cut here.
Yeah.
And I said, Les, here's the difference between what you buy and I buy. You do it here. So that means when you sit down on some days, it could be that you kind of go, ugh.
Yeah, and it can be mushy under there.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you just look for a slight drop sleeve, a big drop sleeve is going to bring the fabric out to here. You won't like it. Right. But if you look for example, right? So this is a dolman sleeve. So it gives me that much more room as opposed to this, which I don't like because, I don't want a bra that's what it should be. My mother would say, lift those girls up, but I really don't want to. So I like a dolman sleeve because it's kind of like, and it's not that I'm giving up, it's that I'm lazy and I want to be super comfy. And so a slight drop sleeve would just give you a teeny bit more room so that when you sit down, you never kind of see a Michelin situation.
Right. Now, Roz says she has heavy limbs. So we all end up in some kind of different situation. And Sue says, I find it best as you get older to choose clothes that keep you covered. You simply need to give a hint of what's under your clothes and not show everything. Yes, except that the only thing I would say is a lot of people take it too far and they think that because you're getting this turkey neck, you have to hide everything. So I would say to everybody, don't, we're getting older. It's okay. So you don't have to hide it all.
And you know what else it's about, Les? It's about confidence. Like, I know that it sticks together and I can make fun of it. It makes me laugh. I mean, I just think it's funny, and I do it on national TV. I make fun of it. But there are little secrets, even if you have heavier limbs, right?
Yes, because
so
maybe
this is a great part of our body. Now, let me show you something. That's one look. But the minute I do this, I lose about 10 pounds. Do you see that? It's just a weird thing. So if you're slim here, go for it. And yes, you might have a few. So listen, if you can embrace who you are at this age and just kind of go, well, hell, this isn't what it used to be, and go, but that's how it is. So love me like this, or
right.
I think my greatest gift is feeling comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah. And dress what you've got nicely.
Yeah. But I think in your new life, I was thinking about it. When you said you were moving to New Orleans, I'm like, oh, it's going to be interesting to see how all those dresses and high heels do there.
Well,
but really, there's wonderful events in New Orleans that you will be able to wear them too.
Well, but the thing you have to understand about New Orleans is what you wear mostly when you go out here, not when you're in COVID, is costumes.
What?
These people are costume crazy. And I'm not talking about Party City costumes. I'm talking about costumes you buy at costume stores, glitter. I mean, it is a whole nother thing. I would say that half the time that I was going out before COVID hit, I was in costume. It got to the point where I had to say to my
what?
I need a costume emoji, because you guys need to tell me that I would go to something and there they are in full Santa regalia at a Christmas lunch. I've got, glitter on my nails. I think I'm holiday dressed. And they're in elf costumes at a major restaurant in town. Yes.
Okay, I cannot even come visit you during that period because I hate Halloween, because I hate
Halloween
costumes.
every day here. It's Halloween every day. People.
Well, then you know what? I'll be the Halloween freak from New York, because I am not wearing. I hate costumes.
Oh, you should see my costume closet has already begun with a sequin dress that says Merry Christmas on it. Like, it is kitschy, it's funny, it's hilarious. So it's a very different idea, and people really like it. I have a little crushed velvet cape with the marabou on the edges, and that's what I'll wear to the Christmas parties. It is not serious. This is not serious. Very different.
Did you know that?
No, I had no idea at all. I mean, and when people told me I needed to start my costume closet, I was like, well, that's fine for everybody else, but I'm not really going to do that. That's not for me. I'm like a sophisticated New Yorker. Why would I dress up? And then it is so much fun. I'm gonna make you come down here when we're post-COVID and when people can all get together, and you are going to wear a crazy costume to lunch, and you're going to laugh your ass off and have the best time you ever had.
You know, I'm so tired of isolating that I want to go to an airport and just have a pat down.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay. Who else is talking here? Who else is here? Okay. We also get bigger through the abdomen. Yes, we do. As we get older, we have medical issues that alter our body types. Yep.
That is a fact. And it happens to men too, which is why I'm coming out with a men's line.
Say it again. You're doing what?
I'm going to do a men's line, because I have noticed that men, if you can tell if their wives buy them clothes.
Oh, the men are terrible.
Men are terrible, and they get this paunch, and then as they grow, and then all of a sudden their belts are up to here. I don't know. I understand it. But I did some research with doctors, and that middle growth thing, that is just so but you had a teeny waist. Have you noticed your waist change?
Oh yeah, it gets mushy. And even if it's smaller, it gets mushy. And there are all kinds of things. We write about it a lot on Covey. It's mushy. It's like, I'm telling you, it is just the whole skin to body factor is different. And the Whittle Your Middle was one of our best selling cover lines always at More. And there are things you can do, there are diets you can do, there are ways you can eat and not starve yourself. There's just all kinds of things that work on that area. We talk about that. If anybody's interested, you can go to coveyclub.com and just enter those words into the site. You'll see the articles we write. But it's a fact. Things, because of the lack of estrogen, things move into your belly area. here's what I say that men and women, we start out over here, and because of the way hormones work, we start to meet in the middle.
3:00.
The men get men boobs, the women their bosom goes down and gets flatter, and their middle fills out, and in the end we are that same one androgynous person. So, and it's the end of our conversation.
That's the end of our conversation. The end of my end. It's gone.
Right.
Lesley and I would love if you guys would, if there's things you want to talk about. I used to
tell us what you want
for a reason. More gave me facts. It educated me, and then there was just fun. Yep. So we're interested in anything you're interested in. So if you're interested in something and you want us to talk about it, Lesley she's got a cornucopia of knowledge in that head of hers, and she'll dig out some information and we can share it with you, and I'll tell jokes.
Sure.
In the meantime, stay well, stay safe.
Care. Have fun. Don't worry about dressing that middle.
Bye. I don't know how to turn this off. Everybody go away. It's over. I don't know how to turn it off. Jason. I don't know how to.
We have to educate you. You are too hilarious. You are still alive, my dear. You have to turn it off yourself. There must be a button there.
But if I hit end, I think it doesn't record.
No, hit end. I think you'll be okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's the end.
If you're still there, you better be laughing at me, because I'm laughing at myself. Get your tuchus down here and turn this off. He's not even here. Okay, I'm going to try and end it. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't want to leave you alone, so I'm not going to hit leave. Otherwise, you'll be all alone.